Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. Today we are going to continue with exercise 1.5. Before we go to exercise 1.5, let us have a small recap of the different properties that we have studied in the last class. What were the properties, children? Yes, the first one was distributive property. So what was the first one we dealt with? We dealt with distributive property. For distributive property, we had two cases. One was intersection over union, and the second one, union over intersection. Intersection over union, and one more, union over intersection. So these were the two properties under distributive property. Okay, now let's see how to write the property. Intersection over union. So what you are going to do is, first of all, you write the three sets A, B, C. Okay, children? Now what are you going to do? Intersection. What is given first? First is intersection. And over union. So you have to write down your union. Just use a bracket over it. Getting my point? So A, B, C. Intersection part is first. And union part is later on. So intersection, union. And you have to use a bracket for B and C. So this is equal to A intersection B. Be careful, this is very easy. You're just going to open the bracket. You're going to distribute. What is this distributive property? That means you're going to distribute. You're going to share. You're going to share A to B, and also you're going to share A to C. So what do you get here? A intersection B. The main is union here. Then A intersection C. A intersection B. Union A intersection C. Okay, children. Now let's go for the next one. Union over intersection. Union over intersection. The same manner, you write down the three sets A, B, C. Union. So union comes here. Intersection. You write down the intersection part here. So you have to use a bracket. Again, we are going to distribute A to B and C. So how you are going to write down here? The symbols are changed, children, so be careful. You get here A union B, A union B. This is intersection A union C. It's very easy. A union B, intersection A union C. So this is union over intersection. So this was the first property that we saw in the last class. Okay, the next one we saw was De Morgan's law for set difference. Let's see what is the De Morgan's law for set difference. De Morgan's second one, yes, law for set difference. No need to take down, this already we have taken down in the class, okay children? This is just a recap for you. De Morgan's law for set difference. Again we have two cases over here. A minus B intersection C, and you have A minus B union C. Okay children, what is the first one? I have just interchanged them, no problem. So we have two cases. A minus B intersection C. So what is this? A minus B. A minus B. The intersection will change to union. A minus C. Are you clear children? So what do you get? A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B union A minus C. So A minus B, the intersection will change to union, again A minus C. Okay, let's go for the second part. A minus B union C. Yes, so this is A minus B, A minus B. The union will change to intersection, and you have to write here A minus C. I hope you are clear children. So what do you get? A minus B union C is equal to A minus B. The union changes to intersection A minus C. And A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B union. The intersection will change to union A minus C. Are you getting my point children? Okay, so this was the second one. The third one was De Morgan's law for complementation. De Morgan's law for complementation. So here we have two cases here. What are the two cases here? A union B the whole dash. That is, here we deal with two sets. For the first one, for the distributive property and for the De Morgan's law, we deal with three sets. And for De Morgan's law of complementation, we have to deal with two sets. So let us take down the two cases. The first one was A union B the whole dash. And the second one, A intersection B the whole dash. Okay, what is A union B the whole dash? Very simple. You have to just give the complement to both the sets. Like A union B the whole dash. So it will be A dash intersection B dash. So what do you get here? A union B the whole dash become A dash, the union turns to be intersection B dash. See, some questions may be like state the De Morgan's law for complementation, or just verify the De Morgan's law for complementation. They will just give you the statement. They will just give you verify the De Morgan's law for complementation. So you should know the property. Without knowing the property, you will be not able to solve the sum. So you have to remember all the properties. It is very, very important to remember all the properties. So just keep in your mind. Okay, so what is A union B the whole dash? A union B the whole dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. And what is A intersection B the whole dash? Very easy, yes children. A dash, the intersection will change to union B dash. So you get A dash union B dash. Okay children? So you have to remember the properties. Let's have a recap once again. What is the De Morgan's law for set difference? A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B union A minus C. What is A minus B intersection C? A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B. The intersection will change to union A minus C. A minus B union C is equal to A minus B. The union will change to intersection A minus C. De Morgan's law for complementation, you have to deal with two sets. So you get two cases. A union B the whole dash is equal to A dash, the union changes to intersection B dash. A intersection B dash, this is equal to A dash, the intersection will change to union B dash. I hope you are clear children. So today we are going to use these properties and we are going to solve our sums. So let's start with our classwork. Take down your classwork children. Get ready with your classwork. Have told some instructions to follow. Yes children, do you remember the instructions? Whenever you start your classwork or whenever you start your homework, you have to always draw a margin and a rough column. Do not forget this thing, and do not just think that today ma'am did not say, so I will not draw the rough work or I did not draw the margin. Every day, whenever you start your classwork or whenever you start your homework, every page should contain a margin and a rough column. So this should be always present. Suppose you have page, a margin. You know what is the use of margin? We have to write the numbers and the question numbers over here. And rough work is for the calculation. For any rough calculations if you have to do, we can show the rough calculations over here. So every page should contain a margin and a rough column. And one more thing, I have told you one more instructions to follow. Yes, whenever you complete one sum, whenever you complete a sum, you have to draw a line. Just you have to draw a line. This line shows that you have completed particular sum. So be careful. Do not forget to follow these instructions. You have to carry out these instructions throughout your higher classes. So follow it children. Always you have to draw whenever you start your classwork or whenever you start your homework. Remember to draw a margin and a rough column. Once you draw the rough column and the margin, you are going to start your sum. And as soon as you finish one sum, you have to draw a line. Are you getting my point children? Okay. So let's start with our classwork. Take down your classwork children. Take down your classwork. Write down today's date. Write down today's day. You can continue with the sums. No need to take a new page. You can just continue. Write down question number 4. Verify A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C. A union B intersection A union C using Venn diagram. Write neatly. You have to take the question. No one is going to write the answers directly. You have to take your question and then we are going to proceed with the answer. So today for question number 4, you have to use a pro circle. If you have your pro circle, you can start using your pro circle. This will be very, very easy. Like you can draw the circles very easily and it will look neat. Okay children, if you take a compass, it will take some time. It is a time consuming method. And suppose if you just use a pro circle, it will be an easy method. If you just do by compass, that's not wrong. You can do, you can draw the circles by compass, but this will be a time saving method. So you can use this pro circle. Okay children? I hope you are ready with the questions. Shall we start with the answer children? Okay, so get ready with your pencils and your pro circle. If you don't have your pro circle, just get ready with your compass. Get ready with your pencil and compass. Okay, let's start with the answer here. Here the question says, verify A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C, and you are going to verify this using a Venn diagram. So like we have done some of the sums of this method. That is, we were dealing with the LHS and the RHS part. Yes children? So here we have the LHS part and we have the RHS part. So we are going to draw the Venn diagram for LHS and also for RHS. Let's start with the work children. So you are going to draw very neatly. Just do not draw the figure with your hands. You are going to use a proper instrument and you are going to draw the circles. Be careful, you have to use a sharpened pencil children. Do not use a blunt pencil. You have to use a sharpened pencil. So just sharp your pencil properly. If you use a pointed tip, the figure will look very neat, you know, it will look very tidy, very neat and tidy. So just get ready with your pencils. You have to sharpen your pencils and you have to keep it ready. Okay. I hope you are ready with all your instruments and all your pencils and everything. Let's start with the work. So first of all, I am going to write down the heading here, LHS. Because I am going to deal with the LHS part. So write down LHS. What is the full form of LHS? Left hand side. LHS means left hand side. So this is a left hand side. And this part is a right hand side. So you have to think of the equal to sign. So we have a equal to sign here. So the term that is lying on the left side is called left hand side. And the term that is lying on the right side is called the right hand side. Okay, so we have taken the LHS part. And this is A union B intersection C. So I have just taken down the LHS part. Now for LHS, we have two cases. So first of all, you have to draw the Venn diagram. Here we are dealing with 3 sets, so you have to draw 3 circles. Draw neatly children. You have to use your pro circle. That's why I have told you, if you use a pro circle, it will be easy for you to draw. Somewhat it looks neat, yes? Okay. So for LHS, I have to draw 2 because first of all, I will be showing B intersection C and then I will be showing together. I am not going to show this directly. We will be showing it separately. So first we have to show B intersection C and then I have to show A union B intersection C. So one more Venn diagram I'll be drawing over there. I will just continue here. If I'll draw below, will you be able to see? Okay. I'll just rub this and I'll draw a little smaller. So just draw the two Venn diagrams. The first one is for B intersection C. So just write down your B intersection C. And the second one is for the combination of both A union B intersection C. Actually, if you have your pro circle, it will be very easy. But if I just draw with the pro circle, you will be not able to see what I am drawing. So just keep it and you have to draw like 1, 2. See? It will look very tiny, yes. So I'm just drawing with the hand. You have to draw using a pro circle. It will look neat. Okay. Write down LHS. You have to get ready with the two Venn diagrams. Write down here A, B, C. A, B, C. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to shade for B intersection C. And then I'm going to shade for A union B intersection C. Just get ready with this figure, children. Do not take lot of time. You have to be quick. And at the same time, you have to be neat. I hope you are ready with the Venn diagrams. Have you completed? This is a 5-mark question, children, and this is a very important question. You may have this question for 5 marks because we have to draw 5 Venn diagrams over here. So we have to draw like this 5 set of circles. Okay, children? So this will be for 5 marks. For every figure, you get 1 mark. So 1 mark, 1 mark. If you get all the figures correct, you will get full 5 marks. Okay, children? So, okay. Shall we start with the shading part? Okay. So, what is here? A union B intersection C. B intersection C. So, what is the meaning of B intersection C? B intersection C means common to B and C. B intersection C, common to B and C. What is common to B and C? See, this is the part. Can you see here? This part. This is B. This completely, the circle is B. And this circle is C. Okay, children? So now what are you going to do? You are going to take the intersection. What is the meaning of intersection? Again and again, I just remind you this thing. Intersection means you have to see the common. Common. Okay. And union means you have to combine. You have to join. Okay. You have to join everything for union. So B intersection C means you are going to shade the common part of B and C. So this whole circle is B and this whole circle is C. So which is the common part? Be careful, children, when you shade. So I am shading only the common part. Just see here. I hope you are clear, children. Just see. I am shading only the common part of B and C. Shade it properly. Don't just go on shading it fully. Just draw a sloping lines. Or a slanting lines. Just draw all the slanting lines. So this is the area which shows B intersection C. Again, I just repeat you, this is a very important type of questions. You have to be thorough with this type of questions so that your Venn diagrams will be clear. You have to get a clear idea of Venn diagram. So just understand the concept carefully. I am just repeating you some of the steps again and again so that you will be clear with that concept. Okay, children, so what is B intersection C? B intersection C means the common part of B and C. Common. So this is the common part. I have shaded the common part. So shade the common part. So we have completed the first part. So if you have done this correctly, you are going to get 1 mark. Okay. So out of 5 mark, so we have got 1 mark. So we have completed 1. Okay. Now, let's go for the second. Are you ready with the second figure? Just complete it, children, properly. Okay, now let's start with the work. Now A union B intersection C. Now what is the condition given to you? A union B intersection C. A union, that means you have to combine. You are going to combine. What are you going to combine? You are going to combine A. Okay, you are going to combine A and what? B intersection C. So you are going to shade A and also B intersection C. So first of all, I have told you just go with the main sign. What is the main symbol over here? The main operation, or we can say what is the main operation here? It's union. So when you talk of union, you are going to combine. So what are you going to combine? You are going to combine the set A with B intersection C. So I am going to shade first A because I am going to use union. So I'll shade A. So shade A properly. You are going to shade A fully. Shade A fully. Okay, I have shaded A. Be careful with the figure, children. Do not get confused. I am just going slow. I have shaded A. Just shaded the A circle. Shading the A circle completely. I have shaded the A circle. You have to use your scale, children. When you draw this line, use your scale to draw the line. It's a 5-mark question. Again and again I repeat you, it's a 5-mark question. So the presentation is important. You just do it with a shabby, you are going to get a 0 mark. So presentation is very, very important. You have to draw neatly. So just shade A part. Have you shaded A part? Okay, now we have to shade B intersection C. That is, you are going to combine A and B intersection C. So where is B intersection C? This part. Yes, children, the common part of B and C. What is common? Here this part is common. So you are going to shade B intersection C. So this is the figure. See, the B intersection part is shaded and A is shaded. So this is the LHS part. A union B intersection C. Okay. So we are ready with the LHS. So we have completed the LHS. So now we are going to move to the RHS. Shall we start for the RHS part, children? Okay. Write down RHS. Give the heading RHS. A union B intersection A union C. Write down A union B intersection A union C. I hope you are clear with this part, children. It is an easy part and a scoring part. So let's go for RHS. For RHS, we are going to deal with 3 Venn diagrams. Okay, children? The first one is for A union B. The second one is for A union C. And the third one is the combination of both. Getting my point? See, for LHS, I just split it. I have just taken the bracket part first. That is B intersection C I have taken first. And then I combined the remaining part. So I got 2 Venn diagrams. Now here we have 2 brackets. Yes? So first of all, I am going to find A union B. And then I will find A union C. And then I am going to combine the given part. I hope you would be clear with this. Okay, let's start with the work. A union B. So you anyway, don't just think the only 2 is there. Anyway, whenever you deal with these 3 sets, you have to draw the figure like this. You have to draw a Venn diagram with 3 sets. I'll just draw bigger. You just get ready with the figure, children. So I'll just do this for A union B. A union C. I have to draw one more. I'll just rub the first part of this. Actually, you have to draw one below the other, okay children? So just draw one below the other. A union B intersection A union C. So I have told you that we have to use 3 Venn diagrams. For the previous cases, for the LHS we have used 2 cases, 2 Venn diagrams. For RHS you are going to use 3 Venn diagrams. The one is for A union B, the second one is for A union C, and the third one is a combination of both. That is, you are going to combine or not combine, we are going to just relate A union B and you are going to relate A union C. So we are going to get an idea from A union B and A union C. Are you ready with the 3 circles, children? Get ready with the figures. You have to draw one below the other. So if you just use this, if you are drawing this type of figure, you try to take a new page. So if you take a new page, what happens is you can just draw the whole 5 Venn diagrams in a single page. So you can complete a sum in a same page. Are you ready, children? Shall we start with the work? Okay. So I have given you a lot of time. I hope you are ready. Okay. So let us go for the RHS part. A union B intersection A union C. A union B. Now let us shade for A union B. What is the meaning of A union B? You are going to combine. Yes, good. We are going to combine A and B. Before we combine A, B, you write down here the name of the set. A, B, C. A, B, C. Okay. So now I am going to combine A and B. So shade A completely. Shade A. I have shaded A. I have to shade B also. I am going to shade B also. So this is A union B. Shade A and B. Do not just think of any other lines. Just shade the set A and the set B completely using your scale and pencil. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go for the second one. I would like you to try out the second one, children, second part. Shade for A and C. A union C. A union C means you are going to shade A and C together. You are going to combine A and C together. Combine them. So you have to have got an idea how to do the Venn diagrams. Yes, children? So try out it. Have you tried it? Shall we check our answers? Okay, let's check. So we are going to shade A and C together. So shade A. I'm just completely shading A. Okay, and I'm going to shade C. That means I'm going to combine A and C. So combine C also. A and C. Okay, so I have just shaded A and C. Okay, children, so we have completed the 2 parts. For RHS, we have completed 2 parts. One is we have shaded A union B, and the second one is we have shaded A union C. So now what I have told you that we are going to relate this, or we are going to take the help of this 2 and we are going to complete our third part. That is the final part of RHS. A union B intersection A union C. Okay, now just read the question carefully. Just read the RHS carefully. A union B intersection A union C. A union B intersection A union C. That means you are going to take the common part. What is here given? Intersection is given. What is the meaning of intersection? You are going to take the common part. Let us take the common part of what? You are going to take the common of A union B and A union C. Just you have to see this figure carefully, observe the figure carefully, and you are going to find out the common part. What is commonly shaded here? I am not going to see the unshaded part, okay children? You are going to see the shaded part. So which part is shaded common for both of them? Which is shaded commonly? Okay, I am going to see set by set, okay? So first of all, I will take the set A. Okay, set A fully shaded, set A fully shaded. That is commonly. I have told you, you are going to take the shaded part. That is shaded and it should be common. Here A is shaded, here also A is shaded. So this is common. So I am going to shade here A. Come on, shade A here everyone. You have to shade because A was shaded commonly, okay? So I have taken A. Shade A here properly. I have shaded A. Okay, have you shaded the common part A, children? Okay. Now let us go for the next one. Now I have told you that I have seen the A set. Okay, I have seen set A, and from set A I can just see that both are shaded commonly. Okay, so I have shaded A here. Now let me check for B. Now when I just see children B part, just B, in the B part the upper part is not shaded. Just see here, this part is shaded here, but here it's not shaded. So B, only this area is shaded. Just see carefully. This area and this area is shaded commonly. I hope you are able to see the highlighted part. So from B, so from A fully it was shaded, but from B only this part. Can you see the part, children? Yeah, the common part. The common part is shaded. Here also the common part is shaded. So I am going to take only the common part. I am not going to take this area. Because here it is shaded, but here it is not shaded. Intersection means we are going to take the common part. So this is shaded, this is not shaded, so they are not common. Okay, so you are going to take only the common part. See here, this is shaded. So I am going to take the shaded part. Okay, I will be shading over here. That's all. Okay, so I have just checked for B. Now let us go for C part. Now for C part, not shaded, this is shaded. So they are not common. Already we have taken the remaining areas. Yes, children? And one more thing, how to check your answer. This answer and this answer should be same. The LHS is equal to RHS. Verify A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C. That means this part and this part should be equal. Just check. A union B intersection C. A is fully shaded and the common part is shaded. See? So they are shaded. Are you getting my point, children? So this is RHS. From RHS. This is RHS. We got the RHS and this is the LHS part. Yes? So the LHS and the RHS are same. Completed? I'll write down. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C. LHS is equal to RHS because we have verified the LHS was also same. Yes, so LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C. Have you completed the work, children? So with this, we complete the sum number 4. So for sum number 4, totally we have to draw how many Venn diagrams? You are going to draw 5 Venn diagrams. If your 5 Venn diagrams are correct, you are going to get 5 out of 5. Getting my point? So be careful. You have to complete your Venn diagrams properly and you are going to score full marks in your Venn diagram. Not only in Venn diagram, you are going to score full marks in your maths. Okay, shall we start with the next sum? Okay, now you are going to take down the 5th question. Take down sum number 5. I have given you a lot of time. I have just explained you very slowly. So you would have completed. Now take down question number 5. They have given you 3 sets over here. Take down the 3 sets. A is equal to B, C, E, G, H. B is equal to A, C, D, G, I. A, C, D, G, I. And C they have given, C is A, D, E, G, H. And what are you going to verify? You are going to show that A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B union A minus C. What is this property, children? De Morgan's law for set difference. A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B. The intersection changes to union A minus C. So this is what we are going to show. A is equal to B, C, E, G, H. B is equal to A, C, D, G, I. And C is equal to A, D, E, G, H. Are you ready with the question, children? Have you taken down the questions? Okay. Now let us start with the answer part. Let us start with the work. So first of all, I am going to take the LHS part. As usual, you know, you would have got an idea how to proceed the sum. So first of all, you are going to take the LHS part, and then we are going to solve the LHS part, and then we will take the RHS part, and then you will solve the RHS part, and you are going to check whether LHS and RHS are same. The question is show that. That means the LHS and the RHS should be same. If you get a different answer, that means you are wrong somewhere. So just keep this in your mind and you have to work out. Let's start with the LHS part. LHS A minus B intersection C. This is LHS. Okay. So now I am going to take the bracket part first. So I will be taking B intersection C first. What is B intersection C? Let us write down B intersection C. A, C, D, G, I intersection C, A, D, E, G, H. Okay. Find out the answer, children. You know how to find out the common element. B intersection B intersection C means you are going to take the common from B and C. Find out, and after this you are going to find out A minus B intersection C. We'll do it later on. Just complete B intersection C. I just give you some time. Complete the part. Have you found the common element, children? What is common for B and C? Let us have a check. A is common, okay. D is common, okay. And yes, G is common. That's all. A, D, G. Okay, so let's write down the common part A, D, G. Okay. Now let us go for the next part. So I am going to take everything together now. A minus B intersection C. So let us write down the A element and let us write the B intersection C element. What is A element? B C, E, G, H. I have taken the members of A, B, C, E, G, H. Minus, okay, put here minus. B intersection C, B intersection C. A, D, A, D, G. B, C, E, G, H minus A, D, G. Okay, so now let us find out the answer. What is given to you? A minus B intersection C. Yes, children? A minus, that means I want A, but I don't want B intersection C. I want A, but I don't want B intersection C. That means I want the element of A only, but it should not present in B intersection C. So just check for B. B is present only in A, so I can take it. C is present only in A. E is present only in A. G. G is common, so remove G. We don't want G. H, not that. So, are you getting my point? So, what are we going to do here? We are going to cancel the common element. So, what is cancelled here? G and G is cancelled. What is the meaning of A minus B intersection C? I want only A. I don't want B intersection C. So, I am going to focus only on A. So, this is equal to B, C, E, H. So, I got the value for A minus B intersection C, which is B, C, E, H. And try to give a number over here. Try to give this as number 1. That is the LHS part. Try to give us number 1. So we found B intersection C. I hope you are clear. A minus B intersection C. So we have taken the B intersection C part. And once you take B intersection C part, you are going to take A minus B intersection C. And we get the answer B, C, E, H. Okay. Now let's go for the RHS part, children. I'll write down here the RHS part. A minus B union A minus C. So this is the RHS part. A minus B union A minus C. Okay. So let's see what we are going to do over here. Here we are going to show 3 steps. The first one is you are going to find out A minus B. The second one is you are going to find A union A minus C. And the third thing is you are going to combine A minus B and A minus C. So let's work out here. A minus B. Write on the set A. B, C, E, G, H. Okay, minus B. A, C, D, G, I. B, C, E, G, H minus A, C, D, G, I. You know how to find out the answer. First of all, cut the common elements. Cut the same elements. C is common. G is common. G is common. C is common, so I have cancelled C. G is common, so I have cancelled G. Now what is the meaning of A minus B? I want A. I want A, not B. That means I am going to focus only on A. So what is the answer? What is left in A? B, E, H. B, E, H. I am not going to see the B member. I am just going to follow the A member. So I get B, E, H. Okay. I want you to try out A minus C. Write down the member of A. Write down the member of C. And get the answer. Come on, children. Try out A minus C. Try out A minus C. Do it fast. Do not waste your time. Okay. Shall we check the answer, children? Okay, what is A? A is B, C, E, G, H. What is C? Yeah. A, D, E, G, H. A, D, E, G, H. I'm not doing any other thing. I'm just copying the members of A and I have copied the member of C. That's all. Okay. Now what is the thing you're going to do for A minus C? Cut the common member. B is not there. C is not there. E is common. G is common. H is common. E, G, H, E, G, H. Cancel E, G, H. Okay, children? So now what is the thing? A minus C. What do you mean by A minus C? I want A, but I don't want C. You want A, but you don't want C. So this is A. So you're just going to focus on A. So you get B, C. B, C. So we have found A minus B, A minus C. Now we are going to combine them. So write down A minus B union A minus C is equal to. You are going to combine. You are going to take the union of A minus B union A minus C. What is A minus B? It's B, E, H. What is A minus C? B, C. Union. What do you mean by union? You are going to combine. You are going to bring everything, but just keep one thing in your mind. You are not going to repeat the element. Do not repeat the same element. So what you get here? B is present, E is present, H is present. Already here B I have taken, yes children, so I am not going to take B again. B, E, H. Union means I am going to write down members together. So B, E, H. I will not write B again. C is left. I have told you, try to write the elements in the increasing order wherever it's possible. So we can write them in increasing order or in alphabetical order. So B, C, E, H. Put this as number 2. So I solved the LHS. I got the answer B, C, E, H. And we have completed our H's. We got the answer as B, C, E, H. Are they same? Yes, they are equal. That means LHS and RHS are equal. So we have to complete our answer. Let us write the final statement. Okay, now let us go for the final statement. I'll just rub the LHS part. So write down here from 1 and 2. Okay, that is from 1 and 2. LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, so from where do you get LHS is equal to RHS? From 1 and 2. I have given the number there 1 and the number 2 here. So from 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B union A minus C. Hence proved. So from 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. So A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B union A minus C. Okay children, so we have proved the sum number 5. Okay, so now the important part comes is the homework part. Yes, you were all eagerly waiting for the homework, yes children? Yes, all are laughing, yes children? Your homework is from exercise 1.5. Okay, 6, 7, 8. You're going to complete sum number 6, sum number 7 and sum number 8. So you're going to try out the 3 sums. This is an easy sums. You have to just read the questions carefully. In some cases they have given you the members of the sets directly, and in some cases they have not given you the members directly. So just think over it, apply the values and get the answer. So you have to complete sum number 6. Very easy, just read the question twice or thrice, okay? Read the question carefully. We have this type of questions in our classwork, so you can just refer your classworks, get an idea, and you are going to try the answers. Are you getting my point, children? You can try the answers with the pencil so that if any changes are there, we can make it later. Okay, children, so just do not, for the homework part, not only for the homework part, yeah, if you have any confusion regarding any terms, you can just write with the pencil, but you have to do the homework compulsory. You have to do the homework. You just cannot say that I cannot, I don't know, I'm not able to get the answer. No, you have to try, okay? So you can do the homework part with the pencil. You can just do it with the pencil, and once we are clear with the answer, we can just confirm it, no problem. Classworks will be done with a pen. Classwork, you don't have any choices. You can write with a pen in the class. You have to write with pen in the classwork. And for the homework part, just I'm giving you a chance. Suppose you have any confusion, you can use your pencil for writing the answers. The doubtful answers, you can use your pencil to write. Okay, children? So what is your homework? Your homework is to complete sum number 6, sum number 7 and sum number 8. So we have 3 more sums left, alright, children? The 3 more sums will be done in the next class.